Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I want to say a huge welcome. You're in for something really special today. We've got a major story to dive into, one that's been making waves all over the media. It's the kind of story that keeps evolving, with new details and shocking revelations emerging almost every day. So grab a snack, sit tight, and make sure you watch all the way through because you don't want to miss a thing. And if you enjoy staying up to date on the latest celebrity news, scandals, and controversies, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe. Trust me, we've got a lot more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. Now, unless you've been completely off the grid, you've probably heard about the massive controversy surrounding music mogul Sean Combs, also known as Diddy. This story is absolutely wild, and it's got everything: fame, power, money, and some really disturbing allegations that have rocked the entertainment world to its core. We're talking about accusations that span over 2 decades, and these are not just minor claims. The allegations against Diddy involve emotional manipulation, coercion, and even physical abuse. What's more, the women making these accusations aren't just random people. Many of them were aspiring models or young artists trying to break into the industry. They claimed that Diddy used his power, influence, and fame to exploit them in truly horrifying ways. What's particularly shocking is how long these alleged abuses have been going on. Some of the accusations date all the way back to the early 2000s. Think about that for a second. That's over 20 years ago. If what these women are saying is true, then Diddy has been operating under the radar for an incredibly long time. And let's be real, we've seen other powerful men in Hollywood and the music industry face similar accusations. But this case is on another level. This isn't just a matter of bad behavior at a party or someone getting out of control. The allegations paint a picture of systematic abuse and manipulation that went on for years, if not decades, with Diddy allegedly using his power to prey on young, vulnerable women. But, of course, it's important to remember that Diddy has strongly denied all of these allegations. Through his legal team, he's come out swinging, claiming that the accusations are nothing more than an attempt to destroy his reputation and take him down. He's even said that the women making these claims are doing it for money or for their own personal gain, looking for a quick payday or trying to grab their 15 minutes of fame. Now, we've seen this kind of defense before in other high-profile cases, but when you've got multiple women coming forward with similar stories, it does make you pause and think, is there more to this than just a money grab? One of the most jaw-dropping developments in this case is the involvement of law enforcement. And we're not just talking about your everyday police investigation. This is a major multi-agency probe that includes the Los Angeles Police Department, the FBI, and even Homeland Security. Yes, Homeland Security. When you hear that, you know things have escalated to a whole new level. These agencies have been quietly investigating Diddy for months, maybe even longer, interviewing the women involved, collecting evidence, and trying to piece together the full scope of what allegedly happened. And here's where things get even more intense. In September 2024, Diddy was officially arrested and charged with multiple counts of trafficking. Let that sink in. Trafficking. This isn't a small, easily dismissible accusation. These charges are extremely serious, and they suggest that the authorities believe Diddy was involved in something much bigger than just a few incidents of inappropriate behavior. The indictment that was unsealed in Manhattan provides some incredibly disturbing details. According to the documents, Diddy is accused of being the ringleader of a trafficking operation that lasted from 2008 all the way through to 2024. That's 16 years of alleged exploitation, coercion, and abuse. If true, this wasn't just some one-off incident or a case of someone making a bad decision. It was a highly organized operation that allegedly involved multiple people and spanned over a decade and a half. And it's not just 1 or 2 women making these claims. There are several accusers, and their stories all seem to follow a similar pattern. They describe being lured in by the promise of fame and fortune, only to find themselves trapped in a nightmare of manipulation, control, and exploitation. What's even more disturbing is that Diddy's own business empire may have been used to facilitate these alleged crimes. According to the indictment, Diddy's employees, some of whom have also been named in the investigation, played key roles in arranging travel, setting up meetings, and handling logistics for the women involved. This wasn't just a case of one man acting on his own. If the allegations are true, it was a well-oiled machine that operated in the shadows, with multiple people helping to keep it running smoothly. Some of these employees are now facing their own legal troubles as a result of their involvement, and it looks like we're going to see more names come up as the investigation continues. Now, it's important to note that Diddy has pleaded not guilty to all charges, and his legal team is gearing up for what promises to be a very intense battle in court. But make no mistake, if Diddy is convicted, the consequences could be catastrophic for him. We're not just talking about a slap on the wrist here. If he's found guilty of trafficking, he could be looking at a life sentence in prison. Let that sink in, life in prison. For someone who has been one of the most powerful and influential figures in the music industry for decades, that would be a monumental fall from grace. And, of course, the public reaction to all of this has been massive. Social media is ablaze with opinions, theories, and speculation about what's really going on. Platforms like Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram have been flooded with posts, videos, and comments about the case. Some people are fully convinced that Diddy is guilty and should face the full force of the law, while others believe this is all just a big smear campaign designed to take him down. As always with cases like this, the line between fact and fiction can get pretty blurry, and the court of public opinion often moves faster than the actual legal process. One of the wildest aspects of this story is the rumors and conspiracy theories that have started to circulate. There's a particularly crazy theory making the rounds on TikTok that claims Oprah Winfrey is somehow involved in protecting Diddy. Yes, you heard that right, Oprah. According to this theory, Oprah is using her immense influence and media power to shield Diddy from the fallout of these allegations. Some people even believe that she's been actively working behind the scenes to silence some of his accusers. Now, let's be clear, there's absolutely no evidence to support this theory. But in the world of social media, rumors like this can spread like wildfire, especially when they involve such high-profile names. So why are people pointing the finger at Oprah? Well, it seems to stem from her past associations with other controversial figures like Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby, both of whom have faced their own sexual misconduct scandals. Some people believe that Oprah has a history of standing by powerful men, even when they're accused of terrible things, and they're using that as a reason to suggest that she might be helping Diddy now. It's a pretty far-fetched theory, but that hasn't stopped it from gaining traction online. Videos discussing this supposed connection between Oprah and Diddy have racked up millions of views on TikTok, with people analyzing everything from Oprah's interviews to her latest business moves, looking for any sign that she might be involved. But let's not get too caught up in the conspiracy theories, because there are some very real, very serious legal issues at play here. One of the most shocking pieces of evidence that has surfaced is a list of names, allegedly celebrities who attended Diddy's infamous parties over the years. And these aren't just any celebrities. We're talking about some of the biggest names in Hollywood and the music industry. Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Justin Bieber, Leonardo DiCaprio. These are just a few of the names that have been mentioned in connection with Diddy's parties. Now, it's important to point out that there's no concrete evidence linking these celebrities to any illegal activity, but the fact that their names keep coming up has certainly raised some eyebrows. Beyoncé and Jay-Z, for example, have worked closely with Diddy in the past, collaborating on several major projects. They've been friends and business associates for years, and fans are now wondering if they knew about Diddy's alleged behavior and chose to stay silent. Of course, silence doesn't necessarily mean guilt, but in today's world of cancel culture, staying quiet often raises more questions than answers. So far, neither Beyoncé nor Jay-Z have made any public statements about the allegations, and that silence has only fueled the speculation. Then there's Leonardo DiCaprio, who has been spotted at Diddy's parties over the years. DiCaprio's team has already come out with a statement denying any involvement in illegal activities, saying that while he may have attended some of these events, he had no knowledge of what was allegedly happening behind closed doors. Justin Bieber, another name on the list, has also stayed quiet for now, but his connection to Diddy goes way back to when Bieber was just starting out in the music industry. Some people are now questioning whether Diddy played any role in Bieber's rise to fame, and if so, what that might mean in light of these new allegations. Of course, it's possible that none of these celebrities had any idea what was really going on at Diddy's parties. After all, many of these events were huge, with hundreds of guests, and it's entirely plausible that they simply showed up, had a good time, and left without ever realizing that something darker was happening behind the scenes. But the fact that their names keep popping up is enough to make people wonder. And in the world of Hollywood, where image is everything, even being associated with a scandal like this can be damaging. And speaking of celebrities weighing in, we can't talk about this story without mentioning Joe Rogan. Rogan has been one of the most vocal figures in the media when it comes to discussing the allegations against Diddy. If you follow Rogan, you know he's never one to shy away from controversial topics, and this case is no exception. He's brought up the allegations several times on his podcast, and he's made it clear that he's highly skeptical of Diddy's innocence. Rogan's taken it a step further by openly questioning why more celebrities aren't speaking out, suggesting that there might be some sort of Hollywood cover-up happening. His listeners, as you can imagine, have been eating it up, with Rogan's comments adding yet another layer of intrigue to an already explosive situation. Now, we're just at the beginning of what's shaping up to be a long and grueling legal battle. Diddy has already assembled an A-list legal team, and they're preparing to fight tooth and nail to clear his name. But let's be real, when you're facing charges this serious, no matter how good your lawyers are, the odds aren't exactly in your favor. There's bound to be more evidence that comes to light, more witnesses who step forward, and more twists and turns as the case progresses. So be sure to stay tuned right here on the channel, because we'll be keeping you updated every step of the way. And hey, before you go, make sure you drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Do you think Diddy is guilty? Or is this just another example of a high-profile figure being taken down by false allegations? We really want to hear what you think. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future updates. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, everyone.